Hello, hello, hello. It's a brand new day, and this is our morning connection. How you doing this morning? I'm Skip LaCour. I'm so glad to be here with you this morning for our daily check-in, our daily ritual, our habit, our exercise session, mental toughness conditioning. That's what morning connection is all about, and I just am grateful for the privilege to be with you every single morning. We're accountability partners for this mental toughness conditioning. I just come here every single morning and give you some things to think about as you start your day. We're two men, just a little bit older, going through this journey of life together. That's what this morning connection is all about. Taking on the day with a sense of urgency, starting the day with our game face on. Doesn't matter if you're watching me live on Instagram. In a moment, I'm going to say hello, or on Facebook, I'm going to say hello. I love it when we say good morning to start our day here. This connection. Again, we are virtual training partners, mental toughness conditioning, making ourselves accountable and start our day, get our minds right. Again, that's what morning connection is all about. So if you're watching me on Instagram, make sure you say hello. If you're watching me live on Facebook, make sure you say hello. I'll get back to you whether you're watching me live at very early in the morning here, or you're watching at your designated time, sometime throughout the day. It doesn't matter when, as long as you are here for this morning connection. I'm so glad you're taking the time to do this every single day. You know, what I love is when you post what you're taking out of every single one of these morning connection, what it means to you. My hope, my prayer, my intention is that there's something that I say every single day, that one thing that's hits you right when you need it most. And even if it's today isn't the day that the message hits home with you, it's planted in your mind. And so when you run into a situation, a challenge in life or an opportunity in life, something that we said during this morning connection, because you're making it a habit every single day, it comes at the right time. But I love it. Post that down below in the comment section. And if you're coming over from LinkedIn or on Twitter, make sure that you do the same. I had JL, it's a great Twitter page. I just started following him. Really inspired me to get to the Twitter culture. You know, he posted over there what he took out of one of this week's morning connection. So I'd love to hear what you have to say. In this morning connection, I want to talk about how to stop being overwhelmed. How to stop being overwhelmed. I mean, we want to live with a sense of urgency. We want to take on more things. We want to expand our world, experience more things, have more options. All right? We want to do that, but sometimes we just get overwhelmed. It gets out of hand. How to stop being overwhelmed, I want to talk about in this morning connection. All right, let's see who is watching us here on Facebook and on Instagram. Again, I want you to make sure that you say hello. That's probably one of the best parts about going on this journey, is our continual connection. All right, let's see here. The beat goes on, the beat goes on, the beat goes on. Whatever challenges we might have, right? We keep on going, and I'll talk about that in a moment. Hello, Fahad, Antoine, David, Masashi. Good to have you here. All right. Right, I'm doing a little laugh, and this is here is we won't see this. Most people, they come over on my Manformation YouTube channel, watch these morning connection episodes. Again, coming from LinkedIn, Twitter. Most aren't watching it live like you are right now. But this is take two. My wife came in and checked on me. Hey, you know what? Going to do that show over again? I go, yeah, I'm going to do that connection. I was on a roll. I mean, actually, everything was going. I was even early. I was ready to go on the show, fired up. I always get fired up when this camera comes on to be with you every single morning. Everything was going so well, right? You know, it's going live on Instagram and on Facebook, and then all of a sudden, for the first time, all this time I was doing it, just went dead right in the middle of the show, and I was on a roll. Right? If you watch the other show on Instagram, or maybe at the beginning of this show on Facebook, tell me which one. I got a message, right? How to stop being overwhelmed. Let's see if I can surpass that presentation that I did the first time around. But I will not be denied. We got a roll going here. Want to make sure it gets over on YouTube, the complete. And that's what life is, right? You keep on going, being resourceful, being gritty, all right? Using our willpower, focus, energy, and time in a way that serves us best, right? So you're watching it here in real time. Being tenacious, being gritty. All right, coming to you with this message. All right, so how to stop being overwhelmed. I continually have this balance, right? Where I this is what I've learned in life is that, the more pressure I take on, willingly, joyfully, whether I can handle it or not, right? That's what I needed to do more of when I look back. As I look back on what can I take from the past, the good things that I did well, the challenging things that I didn't do so well. What can I use all that to move forward? And one thing my personal belief about my journey, maybe this is true of you, probably a lot alike if you love this personal development, this morning connection, is that, I should have tested myself more. I should have pushed myself more. I should have taken on more stress, more pressure. Because when I had that pressure, that's when I came alive. I became resourceful, gritty, imaginative, right? Resilient, persistent, mentally and emotionally flexible. All those things that you read about and all the motivational quotes all over social media, right? You become them. I became them with the more pressure that I had. And I look back, I had this in me. I could have done this 5 years, 10 years before. I know I talked about it. I know I think that intellectually of myself. But until you get in those game time conditions, you don't really know. It's just all theory. I should have put myself under more pressure, under more stress. Even if it didn't work out, I should have put myself under more stress. And that's when I grew. And then once I felt that on my body and said, hey, I can do this, or I can come a lot closer than I thought, then I have that feeling, that sense of certainty, that confidence forever to get to higher and higher levels, more pressure, more stress, without, of course, you don't want to get the heart beating too hard. You don't want to take on too much, cause physical damage to your body by being under so much stress. If you're watching this, probably health conscious. We'll make sure we don't do that. We also don't want to, lose our cool so much that we blow it, or we're not empathetic, understanding, a good person to be around because we're taking on so much stress. Manageable stress, more manageable stress, more manageable pressure. Right? So when you take that on, you go into new territory. Of course, you're going to be overwhelmed sometimes. So the thing is, how do you stop being overwhelmed? Well, there's a couple things that I think about with some of the great mentors who I've had in the past. One mentor, Marshall Silver, used to always have this continual thing that he would have you ask yourself, and that was, what is the highest and best use of your time? Like right here in the moment, there's so many things to do, you get overwhelmed, right? What is the highest and best use of your time? That's something I always think about as when there's so many different options and I'm so overwhelmed. Just, your brain will find that. It will start, going over all the things that you have to do. Instead of just picking jobs, just staying busy, just checking off the boxes. Sometimes that can feel very good. Can get us out of that sense of overwhelm, that sense of angst and pressure just to do anything. Or just get some small job accomplished, just, organize your desk, clean up your office, go clean out the garage, maybe go work out, right? Oh, I got to do all these things. And those are good things to get you out of overwhelm, right? And without, I'm not trying to be a doctor or, some medical professional. I try to stay in my lane. But, when you get these, and this is something I learned from another person, mentor, and it kind of all ties in about how to stop being overwhelmed, is that when you exercise, all right, when you do small little tasks, like you clean off your desk, you just organize something, clean up your room, clean up your garage, again, you get this dopamine, this, I may not have these terms right, dopamine, endorphin rush. It makes you feel good. You get that little squirt of dopamine, endorphins, right? Gets you out of that sense of overwhelm, out of that sense of pain. That's a good feeling. Again, working out is something that a lot of us can relate to. Our therapy, get us out of that sense of overwhelm. Right? We as human beings, getting out of pain and in pleasure is our primary thing that we're searching to do all the time. Getting that endorphin rush, that dopamine rush, is something that can get us out of that pain, that overwhelm, and getting us definitely, maybe not to pleasure, but get us out of that sense of pain. It's really important, though, that you don't get these habitual behaviors. Now, my challenge, certainly in the past, and a lot of fitness people, we have this that I've observed, is that we use that gym for that getting out of overwhelm, that dopamine rush, that endorphin rush, right? Gets us out of that pain, gives us some more control in life, all right? Gets us out of that overwhelm. But if you do too much of that, and you get yourself out of it, remember I talked about that pressure, that pain, that angst, gets you to be resourceful and gritty and come alive and get some real things done and accomplish. And then you have that feeling, that sense of reference of success and that sense of confidence forever, right? Well, what if all you did to get out of that sense of overwhelm was straightening up your desk or your office, cleaning the garage, or just working out? Can you see how that can be almost addicting in a bad way to get overwhelmed instead of doing the highest and best use of time? Right, so it's something to think about. But both of those things, you want to do the highest and best use of time. Think about that to get you out of that source of overwhelm. The working out, the cleaning out the garage, the straightening up your desk. Got to be careful we don't get too many of those endorphin, dopamine rushes, and that's all we do, right? But that can get us out of overwhelm, right? One thing that I do is when I feel overwhelmed, there's always one thing you could do at the moment that, may not be the highest and best use of your time. It may not be the one thing that gets you out of this bout of overwhelm forever. All right, so it won't maybe not be the ideal thing to do at the time if there's such a thing. And it isn't just the menial checking off the boxes, dopamine, endorphin rushes, that if you get in the habit, you're not going to get anything done. Right? It's something in between. It's like, what is that one thing in front of you? If you just handle it, maybe it's a 5-minute phone call, maybe it's a task. It may not take you all the way to the promised land, so to speak, but it will give you some breathing room. Right? It's the one thing that's bothering you. I ask, with my one-on-one coaching, that accountability, we do this type of accountability like every single week with my one-on-one coaching clients. And, sometimes they're in the in-between stage. They're not overwhelmed, but they're not driven and focused and clear on what they're doing, that kind of in-between stage. And to stimulate the thought of what they need to do at the moment to get closer to those dreams, those that they promised themselves, and that's what I'm helping them on this journey for. I say, okay, what is that one thing? What is that one thing? It's not going to just make your life wonderful, right? It's not going to solve all your problems, but that one thing at this moment can give you some breathing room. And the analogy that I use, if you're a football fan, an American football fan, is like, in football, very strategic game, right? And so the offensive team, they spend a lot of time setting up the defense, right, with plays and everything. And a lot of times they set them up so at the right time they can do a little misdirection play, a screen pass. That's when they kind of go back and everybody thinks it's going to happen this way, and then the quarterback just dumps it off to the running back, right? And so hopefully they've sucked the defense into certain patterns, right? So now they're tricked, and now they throw it the other way, jump off a screen pass, right? Well, it doesn't matter, how strategic, how well planned the offense in this football analogy is, and the running back gets the ball. He's in the backfield, all right? And it really doesn't matter. He's always going to have at least one defensive back. It's just one-on-one, mano and mano, just him and me. And if he can get past that running back, stiff arm, juke and jive, get by him, he may not score a touchdown, but he's going to get a good 20-yard gain, certainly a first down, right? And if you're a football fan, guys, right, you get that analogy. What's that one thing, that one little pesky defensive back that you're mano a mano, head on, that if you can just slip by him, it's not going to take you all the way, but it'll give you that first down, that 20-yard gain, get you over this sense of overwhelm, right? So those are some things I think about when I want to know how to stop being overwhelmed, right? What's the highest and best use of your time at the moment? right? What's one thing that can give you that dopamine, that endorphin rush to calm you down and make you feel productive, gain control of what's going on? And when you're feeling that overwhelm, it's just that lack of sense of control that we all need to move forward. And then what's that one little pesky little thing that's kind of bothering you right now that may not take you all the way, may not end everything, that solve all your challenges, but it'll give you some breathing room, right? So those are some things that I think about when I am overwhelmed, and hopefully that's helpful when you want to know how to stop being overwhelmed. All right, hello, Darren. Good morning, sir, on Facebook. Clive, good to have you here, coming from the UK, enjoying the trading videos on YouTube. Thank you so much. Clive, I've got one drop in here. I'll drop it here in a couple hours. Kind of shot a live version and then produced it. And it's how much muscle can you gain now that you're a little older, right? So watch that over on YouTube. If you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, hey, make sure you're on all of my social media platforms, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, all of my social media platforms. I doing something a little different. They all have their little flavors. You don't want to miss anything. I'm producing a lot of stuff all the time. You may have noticed that. All right. So, Clive, thank you so much. Workouts for older men. If you've come here for the personal development, the mental toughness condition, this morning connection, again, this personal development that's specifically designed for older men. Well, that's what I do with fitness. My 30 years in fitness as a 6-time national champion drug-free bodybuilder. My fitness information is geared for older men with busy, productive lives, right? We look at the world a lot differently. Our fitness is the same way. The things we take on, the stuff that you need to do at this stage of life to be healthy, fit, have energy, right? Here I am, as almost 57 years old, right? What you need to do, and then throw away all those things that maybe or overdoing it. Maybe some of the younger fitness experts, they love it. It's just their whole identity. That's not yours. You've got a successful business, family, career going, and you got to keep that going, right? You want to keep that going. And you want to be fit too. You can't go to those extreme strategies. I mean, that's what I specialize. That's what Clive was talking about, workouts for older men. If you're just here from the personal development, I probably don't have to tell you that. And that's the perfect segue. Thank you so much, Clive, to my 12-week fitness transformation journey for older men. 12 weeks, you and me together, push yourself, expand what you believe you can accomplish with your body now that you're a little bit older. You've got a busy, productive life. Don't know if you can do it. You're confused, you're frustrated, you're overwhelmed with all that fitness information from the much younger fitness experts. All right, you want to go on this journey. It starts really soon. It starts with 3 one-hour coaching sessions with me. 3 consecutive weeks. We'll pick a day and we'll pick a time. And for the structure and continuity, we'll do that for 3 straight weeks, you and me. Break down, get you clear on your why. Why are you doing this? Are you doing this for family, health, combination of reasons? Just got to do it now that you have more time at this age. Right? We'll do that in session 1. Session 2, we break down training. Get rid of all these things that may not be helping you, all these interesting things, but not what you need to do at this stage, like to have the body, build that muscle, lose that body fat. 1 hour will get you straight on a training routine for you. You move forward for the rest of your life with certainty and confidence. I promise you that. Same thing with nutrition. So much information's out there. Eating plan for you, for your goals, build that muscle, lose that body fat at this age, right? Not too much, not extreme, right? And it's designed to you. We're in a special group when we're a little bit older, taking care of ourselves. Not too many men do that if you really look around. All right, we're probably just after a couple months of training, we're already in the top 20%. I tell my guys, you got to understand what you want. So you want to join me in the top 5%. All right, of all the men our age doing it. And you got to think about that. You can't just do the same old things that you've been doing in the past. You're asking yourself to get in that top 5 or 7%, get a lot closer to me. All right, again, here I am at almost 57 years old. Then if you look around, the other men your age, they're not even working out. You're closer to them. You want to get closer to me. And that's what this 12-week fitness transformation will do. After our 3 one-on-one coaching sessions, then we go and we join the group for weekly group coaching sessions, right? Break it down. I've done this before. You're in good hands. I'm going to take good care of you if you're an older man with a busy, productive life. All right, when we're done, it'll just be a matter of doing it. No uncertainty, right? Just move forward, and all you need to do is be motivated. It's a lot easier to be motivated when all the confusion, frustration, overwhelm It's out of your way. You know what to do. It's just a matter of doing it. Go to skiplecore.com/transformation. skiplecore.com/transformation. Fill out that questionnaire. Be nice. If you love this stuff and we connect, make sure that you fill that out. All right? Fill out that question. I'll reach out to you today. Got a little bit of time in the afternoon to reach out to you today. When someone puts their faith and trust in me, they're a fast mover. I really take action, and if we've talked, you know that. So fill out that questionnaire, play it all out. I'll text you, I'll call you, we'll talk today, see if it's a good fit. Maybe there's other things. Maybe this isn't a good fit, maybe there's other things. Maybe I can just answer your questions. Like I said, it'll be nice to connect with you, but it would be really nice to go on this journey that's going to change your life forever. You and me, I'm your coach, I'm your accountability partner for like 15 weeks. Get this fitness straight. See what you can do with your body at this age, now that you're a little bit older. All right, my 12-week fitness transformation journey for older men with busy, productive lives. Go to skiplecore.com/transformation and fill out that question. Now, let's talk. I want to talk to you. I want to connect with you. I love this connection. I want to go deeper, make it even more valuable. All right. So that's going to do it for today's connection. So glad to be with you. It's my privilege, my pleasure that we're accountability partners. You're making me step up every single day, get my mind right at the beginning of every single day. I hope that that's what you're getting out of our morning connection. All right, we got more time behind us than we do in front of us. We've got to take on the day with a sense of urgency. Use our talents and abilities to the fullest while we can. Live with a sense of urgency. Produce with your job, your business. Take it to a higher level. Get that promotion. Take care of your family at a higher level. Love, connect with your family. Right? It's our legacy. Now is the time to do it. Live with that sense of urgency today. Remember, everything in life runs in patterns. I don't care how challenging, I don't care how overwhelmed you are. Everything in life runs in patterns. We can figure out the patterns. Some are easier than others. Some we get faster than others. Some we don't. Sometimes it seems like everybody can figure out the pattern but us. But be sure about this fact. It's just a pattern to figure out. You will get it. If you are persistent, if you're resourceful, if you're flexible, you will figure out the pattern to whatever your biggest challenge is. That empowering belief, I want you to think about that today. Hey, if you love this, if you are interested in coaching, let me help you figure out those patterns. Two brains working on your biggest challenges. You can figure out anything runs in a pattern, even how to stop being overwhelmed. All right, expect the best from yourself today. Expect the best from your efforts, and expect the best from other people who you're trying to get your message through to, create value for. Sometimes we don't have as much control as we want as other people that we depend on to make it all happen. Exchange that energy, that value, but expect the best from other people too. How can they not get you? You are a force to be reckoned with. Have a great day.